A strange and lovely and fascinating song, Kate. What was it about Cathy and about Wuthering Heights that caught you, that made you write it?
Well, I saw a series on the television about 10 years ago, and it was on very late at night, and I caught literally the last 5 minutes of the series where she was at the window trying to get in, and it just really struck me. It was so strong, and for years it's just been going around in my head, like the basic story and that visual image of her at the window, and I thought it was just perfect material for a song. It's just so passionate and full of impact. It's great. And I read the book.
You read the book later?
Yeah, I read the book before I wrote the song because I needed to get the mood properly.
Is the pitch of your voice there your natural, comfortable singing pitch, or do you deliberately heighten it to get the effect of Cathy, this ghost-like effect?
Yes, I do. I do deliberately heighten it just because it's what the song calls for, but it's comfortable as well.
Do you have to, does it strain your voice to do it? I mean, do you take lessons to get it technically right so that you're not hurting your vocal cords?
No, I don't actually take lessons to do that, but I do have a teacher who I haven't seen for months, in fact, but he keeps an eye on my voice to make sure I'm not pulling it around too much.
When did you start writing songs?
I must have been 11 or 12. I mean, but that was a very unprofessional sort of situation.
Was it in secret or for family and friends to hear?
Oh, always in secret. I could never do it in front of people. I've never been able to. And if I do, I automatically feel that the fact that it's a performance, because as soon as you have someone in the room with you, I feel you should give them the best. You should perform.
Well, when did the Music Men come to hear about you, and how?
That was quite a gradual process. When I was about 14, there was a friend of my brother's called Ricky Hopper, who was in the business and he knew a lot of people, and he acted as a friend to try and get the tapes across to people. And after some trying, there was no response, and he knew Dave Gilmour from the Pink Floyd, and Dave came along to hear me because at that time he was scouting for struggling artists, and he'd already helped a band called Unicorn, and he came along and heard me, and he put up the money for me to make a proper demo with arrangements and selected songs, and we took it to the company.
And you were what age then? About 16?
Yes.
But the company then asked you, as I understand it, to sort of go away and write more and develop your voice, and they didn't at that stage want to release a song by you?
No, that's not quite true. They didn't tell me to go away. I signed the contract, and there was just feelings that we weren't sure how to handle it. I mean, I myself felt that I was very young at that time and not capable of handling the business. I didn't know anything about it, and I think they were also worried that I was too young and that they were looking on it as a long-term project and that they wanted to give me time, and I just used the time. I wasn't told to go and do anything.
Tell me about the process of writing songs. You mentioned Wuthering Heights, and it came from that image of Cathy at the window. Is it an idea like that, or is it perhaps sometimes a phrase of music or a few words that come into your head? How does it happen?
It's very often from other people. I mean, people are just so full of poetry. They say it all the time, you know, and there are the most amazing phrases that people come up with that just aren't covered. And you can really draw from people's minds and the situations people are in. They're always in different situations with different mental things going on inside them. For me, they're probably the most fascinating source of stimulation.
Some of your songs, there are love songs on the album, of course, some of them straightforward, explicit love songs, but there are dreams there too, and there are fantasies there too, and I wondered if you feel that there is a general direction in which you're moving in the songs that you write.
I like to think there is a direction, but it's only the fact that I'm connected with it and the piano is. I like to feel that otherwise I'm free to move, and I feel that you shouldn't plan yourself a direction. You should just move in a line, and hopefully a straight line.
When I was trying to think of possible influences on you, the name that kept coming to my mind was Joni Mitchell. I wondered if you were a fan of Joni Mitchell's.
I admire her very much. I haven't, in fact, listened to her that much, and I think the main reason is I try not to listen to female artists too much, just because for me it would be too easy to relate with them. I mean, I love Joni Mitchell, and whenever I hear her, it sends shivers at me, you know, but I really try to listen to expansive music as well, just cover areas.
Were you surprised that a song as unusual as Wuthering Heights made it in the way that it has up to the top?
Yeah, I'm amazed. I mean, I always hoped that it would do something and that people would like it, but the extent and the speed is just incredible. It really is awesome, and it makes me feel like that high, you know, really, really small.
In a piece about you the other day, the man from the Sunday Times addressed a warning to you at the end, and he said the music business is a corrupting industry. What are those strange and ugly birds gathering in the trees around you? I'm not quite sure what he meant.
Traffic wardens.
Traffic wardens. Is it going to be a tough business to live in and work in and survive in?
It's hard to say. I think you can make it tougher for yourself, but I think you can make it easier for yourself as well. It's like any business. It's how you take it. And I think really in a lot of ways I'm very privileged to be put in situations that I'd never ever have the chance of being in. I mean, like seeing a studio, you know, or meeting people I'd never meet. It's very privileged.
It's very nice for us to meet you. Thank you, Kate, for talking to us.
Thank you.